Marianne, what does recognition and reward look like in the workplace? Is it all about money?
There's an interesting book by Daniel Pink called Drive. In it, he says there was a time when recognition and reward could be just bling or money, but so many of us, hopefully, have now evolved. And the work that we're doing is complex. It requires our brain. And most of us are more motivated intrinsically, meaning we're motivated by feeling that what we do matters, and we're motivated by feeling that we are appreciated for what we're doing. Leaders need to tap into this. They need to understand what recognition and reward means to employees now, and not just think it's all about the money.
So by starting to recognize people doing things well, and by making clearer links between how what they do matters and how they're making an impact on the larger organization, this is something that any organization could change.
Right, and it really starts with the individual leader. I'm talking about leaders in labor as well as leaders in management. Do they really know how to do this? I want to share a story with you about a group of union reps who challenged the very idea that all jobs can be meaningful. They suggested to me that there were some jobs that people will never feel matter. And I asked them, like what? They said, well, like being a janitor. You're just pushing a broom. You're never going to feel that that matters. And I said to them, that's an interesting choice of an example because my mother happens to be a janitor. And when she walks into the school where she cleans, the principal has put his arm around her and said, you really are contributing to the health and well-being of these children so that they're able to concentrate on their education. And the teachers in the school never treated her like the janitor. They treated her like one of the staff. She felt that she belonged. She felt that she was contributing. She felt that what she did matters. The point is, it's not just about the work. If you're being paid to do something, somebody thinks that it's important. And it's about helping employees to see what that value is and to make a meaningful connection between their work and the larger organization, even between their work and the community, the greater good. It can be done with any job.
So beyond fair pay and recognizing accomplishments, I'm hearing what we really need to tap into is people's connection to their work and their effort. So if a project ends up getting shelved because priorities have changed, it's still really important to recognize the effort that people put into it, not just tuck it away and never say anything. What are some other key considerations for recognition and reward?
Well, you want to train supervisors and managers to identify and comment on specific efforts. The issue is that sometimes it's really difficult to praise the outcomes because either the outcome is not as you suggested, or something gets shelved, or the outcome is not perfect, it's not good quality. We still need to look at the effort that was put into it and be able to comment on that. One good place to start is involving human resources, looking at how they can improve the ability of managers and supervisors to be able to comment in this way. This links back to the concept of emotional intelligence. Another way is to have a program in place that extends appreciation to employees. Now, I'm not saying this needs to be the Employee of the Month approach or one of those plans where after so many years of service you get a pin or something, but rather that we try to catch our employees doing something right. We try to catch them on this and comment on the value that they are bringing.
So it's important to remember when looking at what each individual needs for recognition that every person responds differently. Some rewards can actually be a deterrent to employees. Is that correct?
Yes, it's interesting actually that some of the really competitive reward systems can demotivate people. One organization I worked with had this great big competition for sales, and the prize was a trip to Mexico. So you'd think that was interesting, right? But we were really surprised to see that some of their top salespeople actually went down through this competition rather than up. And they were really confused, and they went to their top performer and said, "What's up? Why is it that your sales figures are suddenly going down?" It turns out that the top performer was afraid of flying. So they didn't want to win. And in fact, they wanted to lose the competition. But other people feel like, you know what, I'm always at the top and I don't want to take the prize away from someone else. That's not my goal. So I'm going to step back and let someone else win. In other words, competition doesn't always motivate people equally. And we have to think about that and think what our employees are actually motivated by.
I'm hearing that it's important to do your homework and not make assumptions. When an organization has recognition and reward figured out, what does that look like and what does it feel like?
Well, I think one of the greatest indications of doing recognition and reward properly is that your people are proud. They're proud to work there, they're proud of the work that they do, they feel that they're doing something important, and they feel supported and recognized for their contribution. I think that's really the best way to tell.
So I think that sounds really great. Management hears that it's not all about dollars. I think they can buy into that.